Hi everyone. I picked up my version of a vlogging camera earlier and started a vlog only to go off on a tangent and decided, you know what, I'm gonna put this and an image up on Tunes2Tube and make a video out of this, and Tunes2Tube only lets you do that for 30 minutes before it says this video is too long to publish unless you want to pay for some kind of add-on that will let you have more time, and I'm not willing to pay Tunes2Tube. So it's probably a good idea to just let that tangent be its own video and start this vlog now. And I really have to get my act together because it's like a little bit after 8 and I have a virtual appointment at 8:30. So, virtual appointment at 8:30, maybe a little break right after to get myself in the right frame of mind, clear on what I want to say, but calm about how I'm going to go about saying it. Go down to the apartment manager's office, pray she's down there and has a moment to talk. Put this envelope on her desk and say, this is a documentation of every month from May of 2020 up to and including this month about how my bank sent you guys rent checks. What are you talking about? Your records show I haven't paid rent. Number 1. Number 2, I'm blind and I need either emails or phone calls to follow up on printed papers. I know there's probably some law that says you have to put printed papers on people's doors. You have to alert people in writing, but there's also a law that says if you have a tenant who can't read that writing, you have to offer it in a format that they actually can work with. And for me, that's email or phone call or text message. It's 2022, but and thirdly, first of all, how are these new laundry machines even supposed to work? The whole point is they don't take coins anymore, so how do I get a laundry card and how do I load that laundry card and maintain that laundry card? And once I have a way to pay the machine, what's the plan for making the machine something I can use when I can't see it? That's what I need to talk to the apartment manager about. Then I've got an errand to run. Then I've got an in-home appointment with some time in between both of those. Well, we'll see what kind of time I have between the errand and the meeting with the apartment manager. We'll see how long the meeting with the apartment manager goes. Let's see, the in-home appointment. Then I've got 2 hours and maybe 45 minutes before my friend shows up to take me to this goodbye party for... the truth is, I kind of have felt disconnected from this church for a long time. But when I went to this church, I was very fond of this particular clergy member. And back in August, September, or sometime like that, of 2021, she accepted a new job as pastor of a church. Unfortunately, it's not the one that's closest to my workplace. The one that's closest to my workplace, well, I hope I will have a good relationship with that church and those people. That's not her church. But although I don't feel as connected with that church anymore, and that's a good thing considering the fact that I intend to move, I still care for her and promised myself I was going to go to this party whenever it happened. They actually had it set up, and then the pandemic turned again, and they were like, we're going to have to postpone this until we can like do this the way we want to. And that time has come. And that announcement was so buried in the church newsletter that fortunately, last week I read far enough in the church weekly newsletter that I noticed it. And I was like, ooh, I wonder if I can find somebody to take me to that. And thank goodness I did. And she's going to come and we're going to go to that. And I'm going to say goodbye to her. And maybe that's going to be No one knows this, but that's probably going to be like my official goodbye to that church. Like, goodbye, God bless. Because something happened that kind of... it's the combination of... Well, let's just say I realized that what I needed the most was something that this church just wasn't able to give. I know church is supposed to be about spirituality and stuff, but also another thing about a church is that it would be nice if physical needs could be met. Well, by physical needs, I mean like within this realm, a person's sick, you come visit them. A person's grieving, you hug them and hold the space. A person's, struggling, you help them in some way. My biggest need on that level was something that probably right around the time the clergy woman that I'm saying goodbye to tonight left, it became clear that this church just is not able to meet that need. Okay, well, God bless you all, and I wish you nothing but the best. And clearly, this is not the church that's going to be able to help me the most anymore. But, as I look back on it and think about my future, I figure all that was, I guess I kind of wish that I believed in psychics, or that there was a way that, like, on Star Trek, they do time travel from time to time. In fact, there's one series, I guess, that's completely all about that. I don't watch that series, but I've just heard about it. But I suppose I wish that it was possible for us to time travel. Because if the me that got that email from the pastor and was kind of processing that email could have been visited by my future self, who hugged her and held her and tried to comfort her and then said, well, honey, you're going to be changing churches, and in fact, you're going to be moving apartments in the next year anyway. So this is just the beginning of the end for your relationship with this church and with this area of the city that you live in. In a couple of months, you're going to find out about a mass construction thing happening at your apartment building that is just going to be way too much for you. You're going to take on moving. You're going to find a place to move. And by the way, stop thinking about quitting your job already. Your job is what you're going to keep. What you're going to do is move closer to work. I know that you've been like, hell no, for the longest time, but you're just not ready to move yet. But give it 6 months, you will be. Anyway, though, geez, where was I going with all that? I think I was telling you about everything I've got going today, and the fact that I'm saying goodbye to this woman who our church's loss was that church's gain, and unfortunately I can't really follow her to, well, I could. I'm not going to follow her to her church because her church is kind of still in the area, but her church is still just far enough away from my place, both here and where I'm going to move to, that I won't be following her. Okay, so I could ramble for the rest of forever and get that phone call and be like still sitting here rambling, or we could get going. As I said in yesterday's video, I don't know what kind of vlog this is going to turn out to be because I don't have the guts to record other people's words and put them on the internet. We'll see what happens. I'm going to end up, this whole video is going to be me talking again at you right now if I don't shut up and get going with the day.
It's 8:17 a.m.
Yeah, see? I wonder if I was supposed to call her.
8:33 a.m.
Let me try calling her. Hi, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to call you or you were supposed to call me, but I'm ready whenever you are. And I'll wait to hear from you. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye. I guess she's running a little late, but not a problem. Really, if this doesn't happen today, it's not the end of the world. Really, it's the end of May when this has to be done by. So I'm not worried about it at all, really. And although I haven't talked about it at all, I actually took next week off of work. So, yeah, I've got time. And now that I've shifted my energy, at least Alexa knows. I'm going to give you guys a second to turn this thing down if you have an Alexa, because I'm about to activate mine. At least she knows. I mean, she tells me, when you see the light doing this, that, and the other thing, I'm like, I don't see light. Don't give me that. But I happen to hear that, and so I know how to say, Alexa, read my notifications.
One new notification. Your self-care tip is here.
Oh.
Spring is all about renewal, so how about a fresh new haircut? Or even just learning a new way to style your hair can give you a nice confidence boost.
Spring is all about renewal, and I have renewed my commitment to my job. And well, first of all, it's not just spring that is shifting and changing and renewing. That can happen all year round. Anyway, as I was saying, now that my energy has shifted from what's my next job, to where's my next place to live, I took this week off of work. I want to use it to either explore my new area or work on finding a place to live. I'll probably do that more than anything. I mean, this is the time. If phone calls need to be made when I would normally be working, this is the time to make them. If business needs to be taken care of when I would normally be working, this is the time to take care of those things. That and every Friday when I'm off work. I should probably make myself a to-do list for what I want to do with this week off work. I certainly want to do everything I can to find a new place to live. Maybe call my website developer, because I've emailed her and I haven't heard back yet. And I want to know where we stand. What else do I want to do? This vlog's going to end up kind of long with not a whole lot happening. Wow, something must have happened. It's definitely later than I thought it would be. It's 8:43. The call I was waiting for did finally come in, so we're underway now. Well, it's almost 10:30. Half an hour later than I wanted to be trying to get a hold of the apartment manager. And by get a hold, I mean walk down there and hope she's in her office. Calm, cordial, decent. All right. I am not going to even take my vlogging camera down to the office. I already talked about why I just don't have it in me to vlog these things while they're happening. I'll come back and tell you how it went, but I am taking my paperwork that proves that auto checks were sent every month for the past 2 years. Well, I ended up talking to the same assistant that I had talked to last time. Thank God I had a week off from work. if we can get our calendars together, hopefully on Wednesday, she and I and this assistant of hers are going to meet. I think the assistant cares and is concerned. Somebody above her or her boss obviously doesn't. First of all, this whole new laundry machine thing is an absolute freaking disaster. And as far as the rent thing, apparently there were a couple of months that just checks didn't show up. And I have two questions. Number one, where the hell's the money? Number two, how come no one said anything? I mean, why didn't I get a phone call from even the ex-apartment manager saying, you know, I never did get rent this month? I mean, is that not the way things happen? They just hold on to, and there's some crazy flukes about $1 short here, $1 short there. I told you guys to write a check for a certain amount. Why would you write it for $1 less? What the hell? I'm going to talk to the bank. I'm going to go in at some point this week and talk to the people at the bank, because the $1 short thing doesn't make sense. And the checks that never showed up, first of all, why didn't they ever show up? Well, that might be shitty mail. But even if that is the case, well, we have to make it right now. Where the hell's the money, and how do we take care of this? And I have to leave. My ride's here to take me on this errand. This isn't going to be resolved today. And after this, I'm feeling like I need to just cancel the bill pay and start walking in there every month and saying, write me a cashier's check for this amount of money, make it out to this person, and I will stick it in the office door. If that's the only way I can confirm, be damn sure that my rent comes in, then that's what I'm going to have to start doing again. I trusted this bank. How and why exactly did they not do what I needed them to do? Okay. I also got this laundry card thing. I need to put it in an envelope labeled in Braille so I know what the hell it is, because that feels like a gift card, or it feels like any other plastic card. I need to Braille label this before it gets lost or mistaken or used in some way that, oh my God. Okay, one thing at a time. Write a Braille label for an envelope that says laundry card. Stick the card in there and then go out and get this stuff that I need to run out and grab. Okay, errand run. I've got like a 2-hour and 20-minute time gap where I can just be before my in-home appointment comes in. And again, I'm not going to vlog that either, but I'll probably just kind of summarize how that appointment happened. This is like probably the craziest, dullest vlog anyone has ever put on YouTube. You didn't see anything. It's just me talking, but you know, sorry, that's just how I'm going to have to vlog until either I get the guts to record stuff and actually put those recordings up, or something. Okay. I'm going to eat something and just chill out for the next hour and 18 minutes. 2 hours and 18 minutes. And actually, there's another place that I can call. I don't know if they can help either, but they might be more helpful than, I mean, I'm hoping that with all these agencies in the world, where one agency falls short, another can pick up, and where that one even falls short, another can pick up, and kind of collectively, I can work with all of these entities until I can finally get closer to creating a life that I like, which involves a home closer to work, a home where my needs are acknowledged and met, as opposed to ignored like they seem to be here, This apartment manager's assistant really genuinely does care. I believe it. And I don't know, I've not talked to the apartment manager herself once, so I don't judge her. She may care just as much as the assistant does. But somebody above them doesn't give a shit. Why else would they completely ignore the needs of some of their tenants? Those of us who are not blind, maybe don't have smartphones, don't do well with, I mean, I know it's 2022 and everything's shifting, but don't force shifts onto people if they're not ready to make them. I could rant and rave about that. I wonder how long this video is turning out to be. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, I have decided to go to the bank tomorrow because I looked at this email. The apartment manager's assistant sent me an email of what exactly their records show. And in reading that, I'm just so pissed. I want an answer. First of all, why do you keep writing $1 short? Did we say $679? Why would I write that when it's $680? If it actually says that, okay, well, let's correct that. But what about these checks that never showed up? Where the hell is that money? I want someone to explain that to me. And I'm just so... Last thing I knew, this bank's Saturday hours, they were open from like 10 to 2. Within that time period, I'm going into the bank. I've made my door-to-door transit reservations because I want to sit across the table from somebody and say, this is what the apartment management is telling me. I want you to compare that to the bank account activity and explain where this money went. If these checks never cleared, where is the money? If these checks did clear, I want copies of the checks so I can hand them to the apartment manager and say, there's your proof that the money cleared. I really didn't expect to be this pissed off when I left this apartment building. It's like, I knew I wanted out when I found out about the construction. Did I have to have more reasons to leave? Or is it that this is what it took to actually get my ass in gear and say, okay, what exactly do I have to do? I'm out of here. I don't dare hand in a 30-day notice without knowing where I'm going. It's like, that would be like quitting my job without having a job to go to. But we're not even going there because we're not doing that. But I mean, if I just wasn't willing to move, I could find a way to make... But what I'm not willing to do is deal with constantly changing environments and continue to deal with people that clearly don't care about my needs. Maybe the people that I deal with do, but their bosses don't. And I'm not going to stand for it anymore. I'm going to hope, even pray, that I can find a place that's owned by a human being, a person who cares enough about the person that they're renting from, or that they're renting to, that they will acknowledge that person's needs. This place, theoretically they're supposed to, legally they have to, but they'd just as soon not. Well, if that's your attitude about me, then I don't have to stay here any longer. I mean, I do, because I have nowhere to go. But I'm out the first chance I get. I have no plan, but I have determination. I'm out of here as soon as I can be. Number one, moving closer to work will be better for me. Number two, hopefully I find a place where I can a place that actually cares about the people they rent to. If there's anything about all of this that's humorous, it's that I was like, okay, if the apartment management ever calls me, maybe I should change the ringtone on my phone for them so that I should give them a distinct ringtone so that when they call, this plays instead of the default, so I know it's them. People do that with people and their phones. So I'm going through my list of ringtones that I have. Of course, I've downloaded a whole bunch over the years. And I mean, I can buy another one if I have to, but I'm like, is there anything in my list now that like halfway fits or that I could use? Well, guess what I ended up landing on? The Angry Birds theme song. I don't know anything about Angry Birds. I know it's a computer game and a TV show, movie, something, but I was like, okay, I went ahead and played it, and I was like, okay, well, that works. We can do that. And I'm kind of scrolling through some of the others. I'm like, nah, let's just leave it the way it is. I wouldn't consider myself a bird, but in a way, maybe I am, like spreading my wings and flying. So Angry Birds, I think, actually is kind of appropriate because this bird is angry. And this bird is spreading her wings and flying the hell away from this nest as soon as she can find a place to land. Okay, that appointment happened. We talked more than anything, but we've got an idea of like some of the things that we want to do. Basically, she's going to email me some of the things that, I mean, I don't really have places to check into after this appointment, but she's going to do some research and email me back is the bottom line. I've got 2 hours to get ready for this thing. How am I going to get ready for this thing? All right, I just got home from my little goodbye beloved pastor party, or pastoress, priestess. What do you call a woman pastor? Anyway, that was sweet. It's going on 8 o'clock, and I'm going to wrap up this vlog. I've got so much to do. I'm not going to get all this done tonight. Thank you for listening to probably the dullest vlog ever. You saw nothing. I was just talking all day. Check out Aira. Check out Aira. Check out Shipped. Check out everything in the box below. And you'll hear from me in the next video. Bye.